We talked a lot about back in April at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. One of the movies that they previewed for us that a lot of people got very excited about was The Creator. And now The Creator has had its premiere and the first reactions for the new movie have come out, and they're not good. They're not great. They're like talking one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever. They're talking maybe the best film of the year. Like they are on that scale, and they were universal. I'm going to be very interested to see what happens like with the Rotten Tomatoes meter once the full reviews come out. But every single thing I read, like the worst thing I read out of the 20, 30 reactions I read, the worst thing I read was this. It's not perfect. That was the worst criticism I heard. And I think that was Germain Lucier said, it's not perfect, was the biggest criticism I heard. However, as we as movie fans are painfully aware, quality does not always give us our equivalency to success. We've all seen bad movies that do not deserve financial success make a lot of money. Unfortunately, we've all seen a lot of good movies that don't. And right now, it unfortunately looks like The Creator is going to be one of those. This comes to us from Coming Soon, who's talking about the long-range box office projections from Box Office Pro. And they're saying this: long-range box office projections for The Creator claim that it will open with $15 to $24 million domestically and end up totaling between 40 and 85 million. This is horrible. Now, granted, the movie only cost about $80 million to make. For a big sci-fi epic, that's ridiculously cheap. I mean, that's got everybody looking at Vin Diesel and Fast X saying, why did your movie cost $350 million to make when you can make The Creator for 80? Anyway, I love Vin. I'm not trying to bag on Vin. I'm just saying, you know, it shows that Hollywood overspends. So $80 million for this movie, but that still means after you add marketing and then you take away the theatrical cut, minimum, this movie needs to make about this movie needs to make $250 million to break even. That means it's going to have to rely a lot on international box office, stuff like that. And I don't know that this is going to have international box office appeal. And listen, even when the reactions came out, I said, I'm now very excited to see this movie. But what did I say about it? I said, I don't think anybody's going to go see it. I think there's a lot of cinephiles who see the trailers and are like, this looks phenomenal, but I don't know if the average film goer is getting excited for this. And I don't know if that's the marketing's fault. You know, the marketing hasn't given them hasn't given the movie any sort of a sense of adventure to it, because this looks like a broad ranging epic, right? So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of adventure and excitement in it as well. Maybe they haven't done a good job leaning into that to get the average film fans involved. And right now it looks like maybe the best movie of the year. I haven't seen it yet myself, but what other people are saying could maybe be the best film of the year might also be one of the biggest flops. Anyway, Chris, you see these projections, these reports. Why do you think right now the projections for it are so low? What do you attribute that to?
I genuinely am flabbergasted by this because this movie is so up my alley. First of all, favorite genre, reluctant dad. Oh my gosh, reluctant, hot, adopted dad. Yes, let's go. Let's do it. Sci-fi, original sci-fi with a fun, interesting concept that is so timely, talking about AI. Yeah. I think this is a really cool concept that looks stunning. I'm seeing this on Thursday. I'm very, very excited about it. And I don't know why other people aren't as pumped about it. And I did have a discussion with one other actor saying, I don't know, maybe the timing's just off for this movie because it's humanizing AI, and right now we're having arguments against it, which I think that's a little bit of a cerebral argument. I don't think most people are going, you know what, this is contrary to what the SAG actors are fighting. I'm not going to support it. I don't feel like that's really part of the argument here. I just think maybe we're burnt out on big sci-fi kind of things. I hope we aren't, because again, this is my thing. I love these kinds of stories. So I just can't figure out why people aren't into it. Are you guys excited about this? Or
I mean, I'm definitely going to see it.
Ray's been on board with this from day one.
Okay.
They played the trailer before Expendables 4.
I've yet to see the trailer.
They did, that's right.
And that was the best thing we saw last night. I'm really into this. It's generally, it seems like, you know, one of those, it's going to give you some emotional aspects on it because of the father and the child, whatever.
Yeah.
But I still want to see it because it looks cool. I just think the whole thing looks cool. Like you said yesterday, it looked like District 9 and it has
Children
like,
of Men. It looks like a cross between the feel of it feels like a Children of Men meets District 9.
That's a great
but then
description of this.
you see sprinkling of like Rogue One there with the aerial shots of like the ships and stuff. It's like the war stuff looks really cool. I hope it does well. I mean,
it's not going to. It's not going to.
I mean, so 25 million opening
15 to 25 million.
Man, yesterday I was thinking, oh, a good opening for this movie would be like 60, 65.
Yeah, well, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, that would be a good opening, but it's not going to get there. So I don't know. Why aren't people getting excited about it? Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Rocket Money. Did you know that the average person has around 12 paid subscriptions and they might not even remember to subscribing to half of those? If you have no idea just how much you're spending each month, you need Rocket Money. It's this great app that tracks all of your expenses so you know exactly where your money is going. I recently just found out that over 80% of people have subscriptions that they've completely forgotten about. Seriously, think about how many free trials you subscribe to that you just probably never canceled. And that's why I'm such a big fan of Rocket Money, because I was one of those people. When I signed up to Rocket Money, I was stunned to find out that a gym I had belonged to in another city I lived in, I had still been paying my dues to for over 2 years. Also, that music subscription service I use, yeah, I forgot I was subscribed to 2 other ones. That's where Rocket Money comes in, because Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. With over 3 million users and counting, Rocket Money customers have saved on average of $720 a year. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Campea. That's rocketmoney.com/Campea. rocketmoney.com/Campea. Guys, what about you? Are you excited for it? Are you planning on seeing it? Maybe it's been flying under your radar too. Why do you think others or yourself aren't excited about it? I mean, it does look great. I didn't think it looked great at first, but it's been growing on me a lot. But let us know what you guys think. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.